Hi guys, I'm Ravdak and I have a bit of treat for you today. We'll be looking at the game from 1992 called OOG. It was two parts of this game, part 1 and part 2. We'll concentrate on part 1 today. Created by Blue Byte, which also been known from Settlers, for example, which we'll cover in later episodes. But basically, the storyline of this game is we are playing as this lovely gentleman, a cab driver in Mesozoic area, and he loves that lovely lady who just come in. And in order to impress her, he is a cab driver in a prehistorical period where he will need to deliver people from these caves into different locations. Obviously, he have a couple of difficulties. He cannot hit objects. It will be other characters trying to disturb him. He can neutralize characters on later stages with throwing a stone into somebody's head, stuff like that. But what I wish to say about this game, it came out in 1992. I've been just about 6 years old when this game came out. Probably when I first played it, I've been about 7. And I remember this game as massive blast on Amiga. I so much enjoyed playing it. But what is interesting, there was also a version on Commodore. And that version was different from version available on MS-DOS and Amiga. Whereby on Amiga and MS-DOS, Windows, you didn't have Windows at that time. You had just DOS, which been available on personal PCs. And basically, the difference was that on PC, you could, and Amiga, you could technically play in co-op multiplayer. That means you sat next to your friend or family member or whoever, and you enjoy the play together. You've been helping each other and try to resolve the issues and try to deliver people as a cab drivers. But on Commodore, because that console being a bit weaker, that PC was a bit weaker, then effectively you had so-called hot seat. That means you've been swapping with your colleague or member of your family in order to play, but you couldn't play spontaneously at the same time. What been quite interesting that they decided to create the same game for 3 different platforms, and one of them differed that way. But also, what is interesting, in current era, you cannot imagine game without save games. In this game, you could not save. There was no save option as we know it, cloud or file save. You had a password system. After each level, you have been given a code which you could type in order to get to that specific moment in game. Which is something what does not happen those days. Obviously, we know codes, but they usually means that they are cheats of the game. But in here, it's used to actually get back to level where we finished last, which it's old-fashioned version of saving the game. Then, without further ado, we'll move on and I'll present this game to you. We'll cover a few levels and hope you will enjoy it. Let me know in comment section what you think about this game. Do you think is it actually up to the par in those days, or do you think that this relic of the ancient days and should be buried? In my opinion, we cannot look at the graphics because it's from 1992. We're talking about game which is 27 years old, probably older than most of people actually watching this video. Then if you think about it, don't look at the graphic. Look what this game represents and what option it gives you. And look at this at the beginning of gaming as we know it. For people in my age who look at this game, you can see something innovative, something new, something fresh, something what we didn't saw before. And that was the beauty of this game. And they didn't even talk during the cutscene. It's just information that she wished a ring and he need to earn money in order to buy that ring, and that's his motivation to become a prehistorical cab driver. You see, on the bottom left corner we have a code to mission 1. Obviously you don't need code for mission 1 because mission 1 is that simple. And obviously we cannot hit stuff like I just did, because that way we actually losing. Then our mission is to go grab this guy. Okay, that's the problem. I forgot to mention that we cannot hit them. If we hit them, they actually may fall. This guy wished to go to cave number 3. Then we saved him. They have only limited time what they can spend in water, otherwise they will drown. Okay, and we have next candidate here, which we can take. He wished to go to cave number 1. Then we can transport him there. Also, we have guy in cave 3 who wished to go somewhere. Question where he wished to go. He wished to go to cave number 2. Then as a good cabbie, we can take him there. And as you can see on the bottom right corner, there is a timer who gives us time for delivery of the client from place to place for extra points, which we will be not doing because this game is stupidly tough in comparison to modern games, and I cannot do this any longer. You know, to be a perfectionist who is able to land perfectly and do this like so quickly, I'm not able to do this any longer, you know. But back in the day, that was something what you need to master on later levels. There was no option of even thinking about any type of sloppiness in this game. And, you know, even level 1 right now, for me, it's hard in order not to hit anything. Don't hit the surface too hard, because obviously, as you saw, we are dying straight away. And I will show you what I meant with that stone. We will use it on this guy. He will actually fall into water if we'll do that. If I remember how to throw this stone, this would be helpful. But we'll take him from water and we'll see where he wishes to go. We don't know where he wishes to go, then we'll leave him there. But we hit this guy, unfortunately. And we cannot rescue him, unfortunately. Then he will need to die. And probably this will mean for us that we'll lose this game as well, but it's not ideal. We got completely stuck now because we killed 2 people who should not die, effectively drown. Bad luck, you failed. Yep, that's the reality. And I didn't even finish level 1, but as a motivation, we need to finish level 1. Then I'll very quickly pass this just to prove the point that it is possible to actually play this game. But I'm not sure what you think about it. You know, it's definitely not type of game what anybody would wish to play those days. Although for person who remember this game, it's complete blast from the past, and I would definitely spend some time playing it. And probably after I'll finish recording this, I will spend some of my private time and I will enjoy playing it again, and I will start grinding it. I'll be not recording that, but it's for my own memories, because I spent so much of quality time with my friends and family, and including my parents, who we played this game together with, and that was definitely a great memory of old days for me when I've been very young child. Then yeah, it's definitely something what for people like myself in my age, as a nostalgia, it's something brilliant to even look at. And as I mentioned, we have the code to mission 2, which is first communion. Sorry, it's so pixely that I cannot see it from here. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like and maybe subscribe to this channel. Maybe you like future videos. I'll try to cover more of retro games from Amiga, Commodore, Atari, and maybe some consoles as well. We'll see. But thank you very much for watching, for diving, and take care.